All right, this is the second part of our Azerbaijan Grand Prix recap. This is the bad. I think it's pretty obvious who the bad were this weekend, so we'll get right into it with Piastri and Norris. Sean, did you want to talk about it first, or you want to let me have at it?
I could use a nap, so you go for it.
I don't really have much to say that I haven't said before. This one actually is just, it's not the McLaren team, and it's nothing stupid or conspiratorial or anything under the surface. This was just genuinely a bad weekend for both of them. And with Norris, yeah, it was unsurprising that he pooped his pants at a time when he really could have stepped up and probably got a top 5 at least. But to qualify 7th in a red flag ridden qualifying where your championship rival is in the wall starting 9th, and all you have to do is just have your, not even a purple sector, just a green sector, your best sectors of the weekend at a time that you've mentally prepared for years, and you could have got top 5, maybe top 3, maybe who knows, second if you were lucky enough, and really taken a dent out of Oscar's points. But no, you qualify 7th and finish 7th. And it's just, this is the same old story. We've seen it a million times. And the media rushes right away. Norris, is this a blown opportunity? And McLaren responds, no, it's not a blown opportunity. He didn't do anything wrong. We didn't give him a good enough car. What? When is the car going to be good enough for this guy? I understand there's bad weekends, but just maybe say, okay, yeah, this was a bad weekend, Lando, come back next weekend. I don't even know anymore with this guy. I'm so up and down all over the place with him. I'll just keep it at that. I don't know what it's going to take. So, I'm tired of screaming and tired of yelling. I will just say this. Lando is officially out of the title fight if McLaren's being serious. Because something did happen that no matter what he does from this point forward, if Max wins every race, he can't win. Which is very interesting. Which means if McLaren's serious about the driver's title, they need to focus on Oscar. Just in case. We need to cover Max. Lando drove himself out of the title fight if McLaren's being serious. Now, he still controls his own destiny. He can still start winning races. He can still take it in control. He can take control of this title. But is he? Has he ever shown that he could? I don't know, guys. You can tell me. Everybody, like I'm talking about our fans, not just you, Sean. I'm talking about our fans. You tell me, is he still number one? Is he still primed for the title? I don't know. I don't see it. He was acting like a number 2 driver this weekend. The top driver was out, crashed the first lap. He didn't step up. That to me is Irvine.
Sorry, I just want to...
Sorry, go on.
Let me stop you for a second there. I just did some math based on what you said because it struck me as not possible. If Max wins every race, Singapore through Abu Dhabi, and Norris comes in second every race, Norris cannot win.
Yes.
And you are absolutely correct. He will be shy 5 points.
And that's not even including sprints. Max still has to win the sprints too.
No.
So Norris will still be short.
I just did Grand Prix. So 7 Grand Prix, 25 points each is 175 points. 18 points for second is 126 points. They are currently 49 points apart. Sorry.
44 points apart.
No, sorry. They're 44 points apart, and the delta between 175 and 126 is 49.
Yep.
So it is impossible for Norris to win if he places second in the next 7 races and Max wins, which is unlikely, sure. Now, the sprints do add a level of complexity there. So there's a sprint in Brazil and a sprint in Qatar.
Yeah, is there one in Coda? There might be one in Coda too.
Okay, so, and that's what will complicate this math, and I don't want to get into doing that, but that's an interesting point that you make. Like, we're at a point where Red Bull was non-existent for the first half of the season, right? Max had 1 win and a couple of second places, but this is also a season where he's had 2 DNFs, which in the last 4 years has been unheard of.
Yeah.
So for McLaren to have a car that is now at threat from Verstappen, who is not even in the second place team, is a real interesting situation to be in.
Yeah. Well said.
But sorry, I've cut you off, so continue.
No, all I was just going to say, I was just going to finish that point. Norris was acting like Irvine. He was acting like Barrichello. He was acting like Coulthard, right? No disrespect, but they had those weekends where the number one driver was out and they didn't step up. Bottas, same thing. Monza 2021. Baku 2021. They've had those moments. Yeah, and Piastri still has complete control of the driver's title because the calculus that the media is using is Max can win if he wins all of that, but it's assuming Oscar finishes third and not second in 6 of those races.
Right.
So if Oscar gets 2 or 3 seconds, Max is kind of SOL, right? Like he would have to avoid DNFs, but Max,
which is it's an even bigger shit show because if that's what ends up deciding the season, that Piastri won 3 races and Max wins the rest, then you've got a Red Bull in between 2 McLarens in the driver's standings.
Yeah.
In a season where everybody seems to be claiming that the 2 McLarens are running away with every race.
Yeah. This, I think, what was it? So Monza was the first non-McLaren win for like 6 races.
No.
Austria, Belgium, Silverstone. Netherlands. 4.
Okay,
4.
no, you're
Yeah.
right. I was
Yeah, because, well, Russell won Canada. I'm missing a race there, aren't I? I think it's 5.
5. It's 5.
Yeah. It might be Spain. I'm missing Spain. Yeah.
Spain was before Canada.
Yeah. Oh, before Canada? I thought it was after.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Before.
Spain's before Canada, Monaco.
All before Canada, yeah. Anyway, still, it was a while that a McLaren had not won. Or not won. It had been a while since McLaren had not won.
Yeah.
And now there's a chance that it may not win again.
Mm-hmm. But now, the last 5 races, yeah, it's been McLaren 1-2s, right? And that's kind of the shit show. Well, except for the Netherlands. It would have been a McLaren 1-2 in Zandvoort. Hungary, Belgium, Great Britain, Austria, all 1-2s.
Yes.
Canada, no dice. Spain, 1-2. Monaco, 1-3. Imola, 2-3. Miami, 1-2. So, I mean, yes, they've been there at the top the entire time, but they do have these moments of what the hell happened, right? Canada, Norris and Piastri coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Netherlands, hydraulic issue. McLaren claims it's their problem and not Mercedes. And I'm fine with that explanation, but this just goes to show you that the team on top isn't flawless.
Mm-hmm.
They make mistakes with their drivers, with their tech, with everything, right? Saudi Arabia, they were 1 and
Norris,
4?
Yeah, somewhere like that. Norris was nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Bahrain 1-4. Yeah, 1-4, 1-3. Sorry. And we have 2-3 in Japan. China 1-2. Australia 1 and 8. Right, so they've been dominant, but they've also made a lot more mistakes.
Oh yeah, and listen to all of our past episodes to recap on that. They've done this to themselves. In order to save Norris's blushes, they've put themselves in the position they should not be in. This should be a runaway drivers or runaway constructors. And that's another casualty of this weekend. They didn't wrap up the constructors. It's inevitable, but this would have been the time, right? Norris just had to finish fifth, right? Like when it was basically there. No, he probably had to finish third. Yeah, he had to finish. Yeah, he had to finish third.
They
9 more points.
At
Yeah,
the
because
bare
Ferrari got
minimum,
6.
yeah.
Yeah, Mercedes probably would have kept him from officially wrapping it up. But if he finished third, he would have wrapped up the constructors against Ferrari.
Yeah.
And he disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I hope Max does it just so my prediction of Max winning more than 9 races comes true. And looking back, like there's a lot of races like Austria. Max got unlucky with the yellow flags in qualifying, set him up to be attacked physically by Kimi Antonelli on that first lap. Spain, they really screwed it up. They left 14 points on the table at least. Max should have finished at least third. Mm-hmm. You add that up, like Britain. Why did you get pole on a dry day when you knew you were going into a wet race? You could have easily won that race. You were second even with a shitty car until Max lost his back end. Right, that's a whole bunch of points left on the table. What else? Belgium, same thing. No luck. The Stewarts kept the red flag on for an hour and a half. Probably would have won the race in the wet. This could be a really tight title fight now. And yeah, ifs and buts or candies and nuts, or as you say all the time, Sean.
If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
There you go. So we can speculate and Monday morning quarterback all we want, but McLaren is leaving this late. McLaren is really leaving this, like they are hell-bent on making a meal of this. And as for Oscar, there's not much to say, but like that was shocking. I lost a little bit of respect for him. I'll chalk it up for one bad weekend. He's allowed a bad weekend, but to crash in qualifying and then crash again, and I think it was the same corner in the race. Did you not want to race? I don't know what happened there. What do you think happened there?
The going theory is that he got abducted by aliens and that wasn't him.
I believe it.
I mean, it's unfortunate. It's a rare misstep in what is probably the closest thing to a racing android since Max Verstappen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we call him emotionless, Piastri, but clearly there was some level of anxiety, stress, anger, whatever you want to call it, that crept in. He jumped the start, and as a reaction to jumping the start, stopped, which then led him to fall right back down the pack. And I think it was just an overreaction. He was so distraught and eager to make up the places he'd lost that he completely forgot how to race. As for why the accident happened, it was clear. There was, that area of the track had not been raced on. It was dusty because of all the wind. All weekend it was dusty. But that section of track where he was trying to do an overtake would have been covered in dust. Cold track, heavy car. That was always going to end in heartache for him. It was a stupid mistake to make. But we've seen it with every great driver out there. So at some point, they run out of luck, and that was Piastri's.
Yeah. Everybody's been comparing him to Schumacher lately in terms, I guess, of his ability to just drive a consistent fast lap for 60 laps. And I guess he can lean on that in his heartache to say that, yeah, Michael had really bad races. Like, Michael had a lot of good races, but yeah, when it was bad, it was really bad for him. Mm-hmm. So he might just be getting that. I think you nailed it, though. You're right. He was so eager and anxious to make up places, to not potentially lose the title, that he messed up his entire weekend. And yeah, we'll blame him. But who do we really blame for putting him in this position when he, like we talked about last week, could be so much farther ahead? We blame his team.
Yeah.
They officially, they almost broke Oscar. I think he'll come back from this, but yeah, you can blame them for breaking Oscar this weekend.
Yep, well said.
I'm shocked how much in agreement we are this week. Are we gonna end the episode right now, or
I mean, there's still a couple more bad points to talk about.
who would you like to talk about, Sean?
Ollie Behrman.
Really? But he's so good.
Do you think he had a good race?
No. I never think that. I'm getting fired up right here. Anyways, Sean, what did Oliver Behrman do this weekend?
All over the road in practice. Clearly was not having it at this track. Crashed in qualifying, was one of the many red flags. And in the race, just absolutely abysmal. They kept mentioning, Ollie did great here. He's stunned in his F2. I might be getting confused here.
His F2 debut season?
He raced for Haas last year here, didn't he?
Yes, it was his debut for Haas. He filled in for Magnussen.
Did he do more than one season in F2?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so then yes, this is still correct. His debut season in F2, he did so well here. I forget what it was, but whatever. They kept throwing that in. Every time they'd cut to him and he was doing something stupid, they'd talk about how good he was there his first season in F2 and the fact that he came there for Haas and he did an okay job. I don't know what happened. Apparently he forgot how to drive the track. Wasn't happening. The car didn't seem particularly good. I don't think Ocon had just about as bad a weekend as he did. So all in all, Behrman, Haas, this was not theirs. And I think I've had similar things to say the last couple weeks about Behrman and Haas, or Ocon and Haas. But it seems like the end of this season is getting away from them pretty quick.
Propaganda.
So they're...
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Go on.
No, I was going to say they're in ninth at the moment, and they're not looking a whole lot better than Alpine at this point, with the exception that both of their drivers are able to score points occasionally.
Yeah, Behrman needs a lot of help when he does that, when he scores points, as I've outlined every single time. What you saw on Formula1.com was propaganda, taking control of the narrative. When something doesn't turn out the way you've been telling everybody it does, you spin it in a way to make it look like a positive. You talk about the positive. You frame people's mind in the positive before you deliver the negative news. To help soften the blow of the fact that you just told us that this guy was the future of F1 for the last 2 years and he's a giant turd instead. Which is Nick's way of talking about things. Yeah, that's not. Yeah. Anyways, go on.
No, I was just going to ask. I'd love to know what your tinfoil budget is, Nick.
We're looking into it. We're gonna do the budget once the baby comes. I may need to save on aluminum foil. Yeah.
Or as the Brits like to say, aluminium.
Aluminium, yeah. Just as a quick aside before we get back on topic, when I was on the way to Australia, I was on a flight sitting next to an Australian kid, and he was smirking the entire time, and he goes, "Say aluminium, would you?" And I'm like, "What, you mean aluminum?" And he just laughed and turned to his parents and goes, he said it.
I used to work with a British guy, and in that particular job, we worked with aluminum a lot. So it always devolved into who's saying it correctly. I get it.
And you said,
I disagree, but I get it.
Yeah, why is it two different words?
I'm not the one to ask.
Well, I'm definitely not the one to ask.
My grasp of the English language is mediocre at best.
And that's sadly at the top, upper echelon, that sentence of the average Canadian and American. So good job, Sean.
Oh yeah, haven't you heard the news? The dictionary is throwing all sorts of nonsense into it these days.
Oh, please tell me they put lit. Did they put lit in the dictionary, Sean?
I don't know about that one, but I know irregardless is now in there.
Oh, you morons.
Yeah, irregardless is in there on the basis of common usage.
Oh my God.
So basically they've said it makes absolutely no fucking sense, but you guys use it enough that we're going to call it an actual word.
Webster's, you're supposed to correct us, not give up on us. Anyway,
Yeah.
who's your other bad, Sean, after Behrman?
The other bad after Behrman. I mean, there's probably a couple in here. We've got, what's it called? Aston Martin,
Oh, yeah.
who, after what was a decent run, just gave up. There's no explanation for it. They're just gone. So, don't know what happened. You know, Alonso's suspension broke in Monza. That was an interesting one. They blame it on a gravel strike.
And
Which-
not the driver going excessively on the curbs. Interesting.
Well, that's just it. It broke over a curb, did it not?
I thought it did.
It did. The pull rod for the suspension broke as he went over the curb. What they're saying is that would not have happened if the pull rod had not have been damaged by a gravel strike from Piastri running through the gravel on turn 1 on whatever lap.
Okay.
Which there is merit in that statement. This is the downside of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is extremely strong when you look at it from a strength to weight ratio. It's just as strong as steel at a fraction of the weight, which is great for F1. The problem is, like titanium, once it's damaged, it loses all of its ability to do anything, basically. So there is something to say, if it were to be damaged enough by a gravel strike, it would fail a lot quicker than a normal part. But these are also designed to be aerodynamic parts. They don't have a whole lot of forward-facing surface area. That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Just the likelihood of it happening to that extent is very low. So this is not me saying that Aston's covering for them. I believe they did their due diligence. I believe they looked into it. I believe this is the cause. But this points to they haven't done enough to guarantee the part is going to survive. Either that or the part was already weakened because it's been used for however long and their stress calculations weren't adequate. So I think there's more to it, is what I'm trying to say. I don't have a conspiracy theory here. I'm not casting judgment on them lying to us. But there's more to it than just that. So that doesn't explain Baku, because both drivers were abysmal in Baku. They just seem to not have any real consistency, right?
Yes.
They had 2 strong races, and now they've had shit for 2 races. So, I don't know. And they're really not showing any major promise.
Yeah, exactly. What do they think Newey's going to do? Like, if you're this up and down like this year, you're not just going to make a leap. Like, it's not just one big leap. It's a series of successive leaps. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know why they thought this lineup would work like this, Alonso and Stroll, but it's not. This is 3 years of this now, and it's the same up and down nonsense every year. So I'm excited to see what happens next year. I'm not hopeful.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Newey will have an impact.
Well, I'm sure he will.
Because
he's
keep in
not the
mind, Newey is not designing the car. Right? He is so many levels above designing the car that he's the one overseeing the technical side of the team. Right? He has people working for him that will design the car. Newey's impact is going to be making sure that those people design a car in a way that makes sense. And yes, of course, he'll have his input to it, but ultimately the people working for him are doing it. So he's got to be the leader that puts together the team. And in that, I think that's why this season is partly what it is. But you're right. It's been 3 years of the same pattern, the same nonsense. And a lot of that is one, you've got an apathetic driver who knows he's going to get paid to do absolutely fucking nothing. And two, you've got this egomaniacal douchebag on the other side who thinks he's God's gift to racing drivers, who's, what is he, a two-time champion?
Mm-hmm.
But for reasons that aren't worth going into at the moment, he wouldn't have been a champion if it weren't for very specific things that happened.
Yeah.
So,
and the media strokes his ego. Like, you're right. He is egomaniacal because for the last 20 years, he's been told every fucking weekend, oh, one of just the most brilliant, smartest drivers we've ever seen. Just one of the classiest people. Like, they just keep finding adjectives for him. It's not helping him.
no.
Yeah, let's not get started on this again. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Nui is going to have a positive impact, but he can only do so much. Him and his team around him can only do so much. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see next year. Let's just wait. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Yeah. Let's see that maybe in 2027 we get an all-rookie lineup.
Oh, for Aston Martin?
Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. Not an all-rookie lineup. I don't even know what I'm looking for here anymore, Nick.
A brand new lineup.
I'm thinking a brand new lineup, yeah. I was trying to phrase it a certain way, but that's gone. 2027, Bortoleto and Drugovich.
At Aston
An
Martin?
all-Brazilian lineup. Why not?
It's not a bad idea. I like where Bortoleto's going. And yeah, maybe he'll replace Alonso. That's not a bad idea. Drugovich is kind of resigned to Formula E, though, I think. I think he's given up.
Is he in Formula E?
I think he just moved over there for next season.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's not going to happen then.
Maybe Fornaroli and Bortoleto for 2027.
No. I don't like an Italian for that.
Most underappreciated back-to-back F3, F2 winner. Or, well, I guess he hasn't won F2 yet, but very unappreciated. Anyway.
I have no problem with Fornaroli. I was gunning for an all-Brazilian lineup at Aston Martin, but...
Felipe Massa. Okay, anyways.
He's got to make up for his championship that he's trying to get back.
Felipe Massa in 2088. Still fighting for that championship.
Yeah.
I'm going to do an honorable mention to Hulkenberg, who has now entered his Kevin Magnussen era of crashing and qualifying and then crashing into somebody in the race. He's now not even responding to my barbs at him. Like in Monza, I said, come on, get back into this. I'm saying you suck so that you prove me wrong. You've proved me wrong every step of the way, allegedly. You need to beat Racing Bulls so that Isaac Hadjar is not promoted. And you're off crashing into Esteban Ocon? You're the problem? When did we ever think we'd see that? I'm very disappointed. That podium has gotten to his head. Anyways.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It seems to have, because since then, whew,
Yeah.
it's a whole lot of zeros.
And bad qualifying, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, bad qualifying has been consistent.
Just this season.
Yes.
Okay. Was it a mistake, after all, to hire a 37 or about to be 38-year-old for 3 seasons, Sauber? I guess
Hold on, Nick.
Oh?
He started the season with points. Right? Points in Australia.
Yes.
And he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races without points. And then it was 4 back-to-back races with points. And now he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in Mexico, he's scoring points till the end of the season.
That's a good point. So yeah, so he's gonna be shit in Singapore and Coda, and then from Mexico on, he will score points.
Yes.
For Isaac Hadjar's sake.
It's 4 races to the end.
For Isaac Hadjar's
5
sake,
races.
let's hope for. Yeah, let's hope so for Isaac Hadjar's sake. And yeah, nobody scores points in Abu Dhabi, really. So you're right. So he'll score 4 points in a row, and then who cares about Abu Dhabi?
5 podiums in a row, Nick.
5 podiums, okay.
Including a second place.
Let's just say a win. Let's round it up to a win.
He's going to win Abu Dhabi.
Win Abu Dhabi. You heard it here first.
It's a shame we're not doing double points in Abu Dhabi anymore.
I never liked that. I thought that was silly.
It was a little cheap.
Yeah. Well said. And on that note, look out for December 8th, everybody. First-time winner Nico Hulkenberg at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Thank you.
In December 8th. Is it on December 8th?
I think so. December 7th, December 8th, something like that.
Jesus. It's a long season.
It is a long fucking season. I miss the days of it from late March to early October. I miss those days. Or even late September,
well, when you're racing in the desert, the winter doesn't matter anymore.
That should be Vegas's tagline. Send that to them.
Except it snowed last year in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. It's just ridiculous. And on that note, I think that wraps us up. Or do you have anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you again after Singapore. I hope Singapore Sling brings us some drama. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.